I gotta watch this show. It's been racking up a few of
What? Anybody watch that show?
them. Okay, makes sense. So the 77th annual Primetime Emmy Awards just ended, and I just wanted to hop in and share some of my thoughts, reactions, my feedback on the show, the winners, and everything Emmys. So first of all, the show. We all know award shows can be a little slow, long, boring, and this is kind of aligned with that. Like the host was a first-time host, Nate Bargatze. I like his stand-up. I don't know if he's an award host. I don't know if his style is really aligned with, hosting award shows. I feel like you got to be a little bit quicker, a little bit sharper, and he's a little bit more laid back, kind of middle of the road, Midwestern type of vibes, and you kind of need, you know, that edge, I feel. I do like how he kept the show going along. The whole bit about the Boys and Girls Club. If the winners go over their 45 seconds, he deducts from his donation to the Boys and Girls Club. I felt like that was a nice little running gag, and he even brought JB Smooth and some of the kids from the Boys and Girls Club on there. So I thought that was a nice little bit. I thought his opening bit played off of the sketch that he went viral for from Saturday Night Live with George Washington. I thought that was a nice little touch, but other than that, really wasn't much there. Um, I'm still a firm believer that award shows need to be hosted by variety sketch performers. Get the entire cast of SNL to host these award shows. Every time they're presenting, that's usually the funniest bit. And they just kind of make the show flow and seem to, chuck along a lot quicker. The winners. So, I know I did make some predictions. Hopefully, you check some of those out. For the ones that weren't able to get posted, here's a recap. Lock It In, Severance for drama series. So Lock It In, the studio, comedy series. Lock It In, Adam Scott, Severance, drama actor. Lock It In, Britt Lauer, best drama actress for Severance. Lock It In, Martin Short, comedy actor for Only Murders in the Building. So I started off pretty good, pretty good. We had Catherine Lanassa, who won for The Pit. Everybody was kind of thinking Carrie Coon or somebody else from The White Lotus, but I just felt like if you watched The Pit and you read anything about like how people were receiving that show, you would understand that she really had a good shot. And with Carrie Coon going up against so many other actresses from The White Lotus, they probably split the vote. So Catherine Lanassa came out victorious, and good for her. Um, I have to apologize to Seth Rogen. In my predictions, I did not believe that they would give him an Emmy for acting. I'm still a little surprised that they did. I knew he would get it for like directing or writing or producing the show, but I didn't think that they would sit there and watch that show and be like, man, that's an Emmy award worthy performance. But they did. The show is funny. He's funny. It's just, it seems like he's playing himself. So I thought that they would, go with someone like Martin Short, who's a comedy legend and is doing his thing on Only Murders in the Building. And some might say he's kind of playing a variation of himself as well. So who knows? But I think Seth Rogen got caught up in that sweep because the studio was killing. I mean, the only thing that they lost was, I think, supporting actor, which he won 4 Emmys tonight. Comedy series, directing, writing, and acting. He on a roll. Shit. Book me. Supporting actor. So I just knew it was either Ike Barinholtz from the studio or the legend, the myth, the man himself, Harrison Ford. I believe that's what I said. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me. But it was Jeff Hiller. And I'm be damned if Jeff Hiller from Somebody Somewhere won the Emmy. He wasn't even on my radar. I said it was between Harrison and Ike Barinholtz for the studio. I didn't even think that Jeff Hiller had a shot in hell. I thought the nomination was his win. Good on him. I've seen like the first two seasons. I think there's three. Seen the first two seasons, and it's a nice slice of life type show, real chill, mellow. Not, at least to me, laugh out loud funny, but it has a lot of heart. Um, Puts a smile on your face. I have not seen this last season, so I cannot say whether or not I feel he's a worthy winner, but it was very surprising when they called his name. I think he was surprised. I mean, he was kind of like, he looked flabbergasted. I was hoping that the surprise of the night would come in comedy supporting actress. I had a feeling that Hannah Einbinder would win. Hacks is a big show. Jean Smart has won. This was her fourth Emmy because she won tonight for that show, among other Emmys for other shows. So I kind of had a feeling that Hannah would win, but I was hoping and I was praying that Janelle James would pull through. It was more of a hope diction. I ain't mad at it. It is what it is. But I wanted Janelle. Congratulations, Hannah. But I kind of thought, people are still watching Abbott Elementary. It's one of the few broadcast shows that are still getting nominated for Emmys, that pull in a big audience, still gets a lot of traction online and social media. And she is one of those characters that typically goes viral. She has all the one-liners and the hilarious storyline. So I thought there might be a chance. But usually when the Emmys go off a show, they don't go back. Shirley Ralph won some years ago. Quinta Brunson won some years ago for her lead performance and for writing. And it's that time, I guess, that they're just going to move on from the show. So sorry to Janelle James. Hopefully next year, maybe you'll be the surprise winner, or maybe you'll get a different show or something. But you deserve an Emmy. Janelle James deserves an Emmy. And I know I didn't predict these categories, but the limited anthology or TV movie series, that was all swept by Adolescents. And I was told that the show was dope. But after it won, like everything, now I really have to watch this limited series. And I believe there's only 4 episodes streaming on Netflix. So I'm definitely gonna have to check that out. But I don't get what's with all these sweeps. Television Academy. I mean, just a few years ago we had Schitt's Creek. Their last season swept the comedy categories. The Bear, ha ha ha, swept the comedy categories. Why is it that when y'all like a show, y'all just give it everything? Like, just because the writing was good or just because the direction was good doesn't mean that all the actors and everything else has to win. Like, there are other shows. And I'm glad y'all at least broke it up a little bit in the drama and the comedy categories. I mean, like I said, Ike Barinholtz didn't win for the studio, so that was their one loss. Because the other categories, oh no, they lost supporting actress too, so that was, okay, so they didn't do the whole sweep thing, so we'll give them that. But Adolescents, full sweep. The drama categories though, that's where things got interesting, because I was expecting a full sweep from Severance. I predicted it to win series, the supporting actor. I even predicted the upset, if you want to call it that, for drama lead actress, Britt Lauer upsetting Kathy Bates, which she did. So, pat on the back to me. Britt Lauer came and snatched the Emmy right from underneath Kathy Bates. And the reason why, I feel, is because Kathy Bates was the only nominee for Matlock. And Britt Lauer was on Severance. It was the most nominated show, so she got swept in. But then the pit just came and rallied at the end. Noah Whalley won lead actor, which I knew it was between either him or Adam for Severance. Like I said, The Pit has got a lot of love, but Severance was the most nominated show, so you would think that that means that's what everybody loves. That's what they like. But I think they respected more than loved it. And it is one of them shows where you're watching it and you're like, damn, am I dumb? Or do I just not understand? Or maybe I need to watch it like 3, 4 more times to really understand what the hell is going on. At least that's the way I felt. But I just, kept going like, oh, okay, tried to, look up some Wikipedia pages and look up forums to see what was going on. But I think that's what really did Severance in, because Noah Wyle came and he won lead actor. And then, to my surprise, The Pit won drama series. And it is a good show. It is a damn good show. But in 2025, are we still awarding like medical dramas and police procedurals? Like, that just seems like such a early 2090s win. Like, didn't we do that with ER and Grey's Anatomy and House? But I guess they do have a little spin on it. So it's like, ER meets 24, which I did enjoy. So I ain't mad at it. But overall, I thought the show was average. I think the best Emmys that I watched that comes to mind is probably the one that was hosted by Michael Che and what's his name? The SNL guys that do the Weekend Update. When they hosted, I felt like that was the best show. I liked how they had all of the categories kind of grouped together. So when we did drama, we did all of the drama categories, sans the series, which they always save for the end, but it had a nice little flow. And this one, I felt like they were all over the place. I mean, they handed out almost all of the acting awards in the first hour. I'm like, damn, the fuck we about to watch? It was all the technical awards and the limited series. So overall, felt like an average show. Winners were all good. I mean, they weren't my favorite, but I think they were all good. I can understand why everything won, except the drama writing. No, drama directing category. Slow Horses won drama directing. Now, I've never seen Slow Horses, so take what I say with a grain of salt. But from the previews and from what I've read, it seems like more of a writing thing. And it has won, I believe it won writing last year or maybe 2 years ago. So that seems more aligned with what I've been reading and what I've seen. But directing, you mean to tell me Slow Horses over Severance? Shame on you, Directing Academy. I felt like that was a vendetta against Ben Stiller, because he directed the hell out of Severance. Him and his team, even the other directors. I think there were 2 other ones that were nominated. It should have gone to Severance. That show looks beautiful, and to be able to keep up with all the innies and outies and all of that shit, should have been them. That would be my only gripe with winners, is I would give it to Severance, even though I haven't seen Slow Horses, just based off the trailers and what I read. I don't buy it. So that was my recap of the 77th annual Primetime Emmy Awards. Let me know what y'all think. Peace.